The moment the judge burst out laughing in open court was when the HOA lawyer pulled out a foam board diagram complete with Lego trees and a Barbie dream house to demonstrate how Gregory's illegally tall house obstructs Mrs. Pendleton's sunset meditation. Judge Rollins, an 82-year-old with a gavel shaped like a trout, leaned forward and asked with genuine disbelief, "Do the HOA just submit Mattel-based evidence?"
I didn't say a word.
I just sipped my iced tea and let the sheer absurdity do the heavy lifting. My name is Gregory Beck, a retired mechanical engineer who built my dream house on the edge of Sycamore Bluffs, just outside HOA limits. Despite my property not being under their jurisdiction, Joan Pendleton, the overzealous HOA president, declared my two-story home a visual blockade to her sacred sunset view. Letters, flyers, and bizarre campaigns soon followed, accusations of airspace intrusion, plastic flamingos in my mailbox, and a sunset recon committee of retirees with binoculars and protractors. Joan even hosted a Save Our Sky vigil, complete with poetry about horizons and herbal tea samples, while I watched from my deck trying not to laugh. As her crusade escalated, Joan hired her nephew, a physics graduate, to produce a 30-page light study, claiming my home caused sunset shadowing. She distributed spiral-bound copies to the entire neighborhood. Soon, she launched a social media crusade with captions like "Another evening stolen" and tagged me in every post, even though I wasn't on Facebook. It all culminated in a lawsuit, Pendleton versus Beck, claiming psychological distress and vitamin D disruption. Her lawyer, Gerald, argued that the HOA had historical dominion over aesthetic experience. The judge nearly broke down laughing when Gerald unveiled the Lego diorama of my house, blocking the sun. "This demonstrates," Gerald said in a shaking voice, "the egregious visual impediment created by the defendant's structure." My lawyer, Sarah Chun, calmly stood up and pointed out three simple facts. First, my land wasn't in the HOA, which we proved with official county records. Second, the HOA bylaws didn't extend beyond their actual boundaries. Third, there was absolutely no legal precedent for sunset supremacy in American jurisprudence. Sarah's final witness, a local surveyor, revealed the twist. Joan's house was actually 6 feet taller than mine, only lower because of terrain. From several angles, her own home blocked more sunsets than mine ever could. That's when Judge Rollins lost it completely, laughing until tears ran down his cheeks. His ruling was brutal. The HOA had no legal claim, and he labeled the case a frivolous display of aesthetic authoritarianism. Joan was ordered to pay $32,000 in my legal fees. She turned pale, declared it a travesty of justice, and stormed out, though the slow-closing courtroom door robbed her of dramatic effect. The neighborhood celebrated quietly. A few neighbors clapped in court. Gerald packed away his Lego evidence in defeat. Joan's downfall was poetic. Her obsession had cost her reputation, dignity, and a small fortune. The final blow to Joan reign came when I hosted a neighborhood cookout I named Barbecue and Blocked Views. I set up reclining chairs all over my yard, provided sun hats for everyone, and even created fake cardboard cutouts of Joan's house at various angles, each one labeled with signs that said, "This is the real problem." Guests got commemorative t-shirts that read, "I survived the sunset lawsuit," with a little graphic of a house blocking a cartoonish sun. I live-streamed the entire sunset that evening in glorious 4K resolution with jazz music playing softly in the background. The footage went mildly viral online under the hashtag HOA Hysteria, racking up about 50,000 views. Memes of Joan flooded the internet. Karen demands to speak to the Sun's manager. Her reputation collapsed overnight, and within 3 months she was voted out of the HOA board after proposing to ban reflective windows and oversized clouds. Her removal was unanimous except for her own vote. She still holds solo sunset meditations, using a mirror to reflect the sky she once claimed was stolen. As for me, I installed a retractable second-floor deck I call the Pendleton Platform, where I watch sunsets with friends and serve cocktails with names like Coronetta and By Law Breeze. The $32,000 she had to pay me covered the deck installation and left enough for a very nice telescope, which I sometimes point at the sunset just to make a point when I see her watching from her window.